Hi guys, my name's Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. I am grassfedgirl.com. I just was trying to go live on YouTube, Instagram just now, but I was blocked. So I guess that's my first taste of Instagram censorship. So hopefully that won't happen. Now I am on YouTube. So hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Write me and tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to hear where you are, and tell me also how long have you been doing the carnivore diet. I got some questions from the people on Instagram, so I thought I'd answer those today, and it would be really fun. And I will answer anything else that comes up. I hope you're having a great day. All right, so let's get started on these questions about carnivore. If you don't know, I've been carnivore for 3 years, and it has helped my Hashimoto's, thyroid. I have lowered my medication. I also, during that time, had a baby and have been breastfeeding for 15 months. So I've been pretty busy, and carnivore has helped me through all those phases of my life and continues to help me to maintain my weight. And I lost most of my baby weight. I'm still working on the last little bit, but I lost most of it and I'm feeling really good. So let's go over some of these questions. Does meat digest well? I heard it sits in the stomach for days. So I think this is like one of those old kind of wives' tales that goes around. It's like vegan propaganda that we always hear, and it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I always go back to kind of an ancestral perspective and thinking about, how long have humans been on Earth? So millions of years. And for what part of all of those millions of years, I'd say 98% of it, we only ate meat primarily and just roamed the earth hunting for meat and hunting and gathering. So probably for a little bit of the year, there was some small, tiny fruits available or nuts or something, but for the majority of the time, we would have been eating big ruminants that we could have killed. And so why would that be bad for us? I don't understand. If we ate it for millions and millions of years, why would it be bad for us? I don't get it. So, and I was eating lots and lots and lots of cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and I had the most horrible, horrible digestion, unbelievably horrible. So I was bloated, gassy all the time. I mean, I would have to go sleep in another room sometimes. It was just awful. So when I cut out the plants, my digestion improved so much. And, I just want everyone to try that and stop shoving down all these raw, especially raw vegetables were the worst. So I think it's just a myth that meat digests poorly. It is absolutely the opposite. I've seen how well my baby does with meat. He is 15 months, and of course um, he eats some berries and things like that, but primarily he eats eggs and whatever I'm eating, which is usually some kind of a beef, ground beef or steak, and he loves beef so much. And babies, don't have a mature digestive system, so they they do so well with beef, and it just doesn't make any sense to me that they would not digest it. And I think it's so sad that we've gotten away from eating beef as young children as well. So we think that they should only eat like cereals and grains, and that's just so messed up. So if anything, that is the hardest food to digest. So um, I love that babies can eat beef, and I don't have to make him something else. So he does, of course. I do more of a paleo approach with the baby. I'm not doing strict low carb or strict beef, but more of a like paleo-ish baby Weston A. Price kind of thing. So he's drinking actually A2 milk. I found it from a local farmer, and he is seeming to do well with that too. So if you want me to make a video about what my baby eats, then leave a comment and I'll let you know. Okay. So does carnivore slow down metabolism? You hear this a lot. I have another question that's similar to that. So we'll talk about both of those. Does carnivore slow metabolism? And then best response for those who say carnivore wrecks hormones. It's kind of the same question. Does carnivore slow your metabolism? I was eating keto before, and I was eating very low calorie. So many months and many days, I would go 1,500 calories on keto, trying to eat low protein, trying not to overdo my protein. It's ridiculous. And I was starving all the time. I was eating like jars of nut butter because I was trying not to eat too much protein, but it was okay to have all this fat, and it was just such a mess. So, and that's terrible for your digestion. Nuts are so hard to digest. So, eating meat is so much better for your metabolism than eating all those nuts and plants with all these defenses and chemicals that are wrecking our guts. So, if anything, I think my metabolism got faster when I started eating more protein. There's the thermic effect of protein. So every time you eat protein, you get a boost in your metabolism. And that happens, 3 times a day. And that's amazing. People who are just subsisting on carbs do not get that. So there's a thermic effect of protein. So that's going to increase your metabolism. And that's about 25%, I think, that you have that it takes just to break down the protein. So you're eating actually less calories than you really did, because it takes 25% of the calories just to break it down. So you're getting a real boost there in your metabolism. And I think also my body temperature has gone up since I started eating a lot of meat. I used to always be cold, and that's less of an issue for me now. I still hate the cold, but I don't feel as cold as I used to when I was doing keto. And of course, when I was doing low fat, I was always cold, and I, suffer with hypothyroidism, which means your hands and feet, for a lot of people, are very cold, and it's like ice cubes. It's like a circulation problem. Your thyroid runs your whole metabolism. So another thing is my thyroid medication was reduced, which means my metabolism is going better. My thyroid is going better. So I don't need to have as much medication. So that's pretty amazing. So I think that would tell you if it wrecks your metabolism. I see a question coming in, so we will go back to that one in a minute. And then best response for somebody who says carnivore wrecks hormones. Well, I've known so many friends that have improved, especially their PMS symptoms, on carnivore. They have gotten their periods back. I've known lots and lots of people in my audience that have become pregnant. I had a successful pregnancy. I think that being healthy when I started carnivore really helped. Being healthy by doing carnivore for a whole year before I got pregnant helped with the success of my pregnancy. And so wrecking your hormones, I don't know where people get this idea. When I was growing up, I had the most horrible periods. I started my period when I was 11. I used to throw up every single time I'd get my period. I would be doubled over in pain. I'd have to leave school. I'd have to sit with a hot water bottle on my stomach for the entire day. I had terrible headaches and just awful cramps. I no longer have cramps since it really helped. When I started to regulate my blood sugar with a paleo diet, which was about in 2010, I started to notice my periods getting so much better and more manageable. And I still have an occasional headache. I'm not completely symptom free, but how many years did I screw up my body with very low calorie dieting and all that kind of stuff? So I don't think, if anything, it improves your hormones. I had a friend who had PCOS. She was told she would never have a baby, and then all of a sudden she got pregnant. So after she did carnivore, and she lost a bunch of weight, and then she got pregnant, and her PCOS was, really calmed down. So that was pretty amazing. So if anything, my experience has been the opposite. You can trust your hormones with so many different things. Like, it's not just about diet. You can have a bad relationship. You can never go outside. You can watch TV all day. You can just look at your phone all day. You can use tons of endocrine disrupting products, such as, makeup and lotions and shampoos and all this stuff that can wreck your hormones. Um, there's just so many ways to mess up your hormones without, uh, in other ways, being a vegan, eating tofu all the time. That's something I did for years. I wasn't a vegan, but I was eating tofu for several years, and I just completely wrecked my thyroid with that. Thinking that a plant-based diet was healthy. So uh, I would definitely say eating protein 3 times a day is one of the best things you can do for your hormones and healthy fats. Getting rid of the vegetable oils is going to help your hormones so much. So I think the best response is just to tell people that, so many women, it improved their PMS and they're getting pregnant and all that. So that's the best thing. All right. Can you ever eat carbs again? Well, I mean, I think you just have to do carnivore and do it for 30 days. Just have this 30-day mindset. I'm going to do carnivore for 30 days and then see how it goes. Don't think forever, I'm going to never eat carbs again. That's just a negative way to think. And you can eat whatever you want. You can stop anytime. You're not going to go back. You're not going to go back to, um, it's up to you. You're the boss of your body. So you're not going to undo your progress if you eat carbs a few times. You may, like, I get joint pain if I go off carnivore. I get a lot of bloating if I go off carnivore. I don't sleep well. I start to get heartburn if I eat a lot of plant foods. Like on Thanksgiving, I had a few things that were not carnivore, and I did not feel good at all for a few days. But I got right back on track, and it was fine. But it's your life, so of course you can eat carbs again. You just have to, your why has to be very strong. So what is your why about why you want to do carnivore? And then you have to stick with that and keep that at the front of your focus. And then you will be able to decide if you ever want to eat carbs again. And if you can eat them, you can probably find, like, I've reintroduced several foods, not on a regular basis, but I know a few foods that I can eat a little bit of that won't cause me great amounts of pain. So I can eat, like, some come to mind. Coconut seems okay. I could eat a little bit of pumpkin from a can. Um, so those kinds of things, if I choose to eat them, I know I will not be in pain. Now, if I eat a bunch of almonds, I will have a terrible stomach ache and I will not be able to bend my elbows the next day. So, uh, all right. How to overcome adrenal fatigue on a carnivore diet. I feel like I healed adrenal fatigue when I started a paleo diet back in about 2010. I was running, I was doing the tofu, I was eating very low fat, I was doing half marathons. I was a exercise junkie, I was a personal trainer, and I was waking up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. I was drinking a whole pot of coffee every day. I had severe adrenal fatigue. I had no idea. I just thought pushing is the best. More pushing is better, better, better. I had no idea that you could actually hurt yourself with exercise or that you could burn up your thyroid. I didn't even know thyroid problems ran in my family. All of a sudden, I couldn't get out of bed at all. I couldn't stand up for more than 15 minutes. I had to hold the wall or had to sit down when I was training my personal training clients. So I learned how to heal my adrenal fatigue. And I had to actually quit personal training for a period of I just quit because I started working online and I made enough money to work from working online that I was able to quit personal training and the first month I made enough to quit personal training. I was so happy because it changed my life and I could stay home, I could work whenever I wanted to, I could sleep in. And I feel like that was the biggest thing that healed my adrenal fatigue was sleeping in and dealing with that stress. I stopped all the crazy workouts and I started walking and just trying to just savor life and be more present. And, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. And so that's how I heal my adrenal fatigue. You have to look at your relationships, your job, everything. You may have to cut things. You have to get out of debt. That's another big thing. A lot of people have a ton of debt. Maybe you have to move home for a while so that you can stop working so hard and you can chill out a little bit and heal yourself. All right. So, have you ever had issues? Bex, you've been so patient. Thank you. Bex Bit of Blue, have you had issues with low copper? All beef has raised my zinc level and low copper, so I went to more fish. Chicken added 4 ounces a week, helping with histamine issues. I I mean, I think I have a histamine issue when I eat like that egg white bread. When I eat a ton of histamines, I think I can feel it. Like if I eat too much processed meat or too much um smoked meats, for example, I can feel that, and it definitely feels better when I don't do that, um, especially the egg white thing. I mean, that's interesting. I wonder if that helps you. I mean, you need to have some balance with your copper and zinc and all beef. I felt amazing, absolutely amazing on all beef. I just have a hard time with the social aspect and with the lifestyle aspect of doing all beef. I've talked about that a lot. But I mean, maybe you could do the hair mineral analysis is really popular. Maybe you could do that. Uh, yeah, I take liver pills and I eat liver as much as I can. So that's probably high in copper. That might help. All right, Tamara Cretu says, "What do you think of carnivore causing cancers? The thing that holds me back from going keto to carnivore is fear of cancer. Antioxidants protect plants protect you from developing tumors." Um, I don't know that I believe that. I mean, I think that we get antioxidants from a lot of things. Like butter has antioxidants. There's saturated fat has antioxidants. Beef tallow has antioxidants. So, I think that eating a high sugar diet causes cancer. I think being having toxins in your home, fragrances, never opening the windows, no house plants. All those things are really bad. Using colognes, toxic deodorants, that kind of thing. I think those cause cancer. So I have a link in my description box from every video of all the personal care products that I use. And I don't think that I think that a lot of the things we've learned about plants growing up and all of our lives are not true. So when we were told that plants do this and do that and do backflips, I think a lot of it was just propaganda that was told to us by our parents to get us to eat more veggies and things. And I think that's kind of comes out of maybe the USDA, maybe the more agricultural based economy that we have. I don't know where it all comes from, but I actually have watched a lot of videos about how there's a lot of basis. This country is very puritanical, is based on freedom of religion. So a lot of the founding fathers were very staunch in their religion, and they encouraged diets low in carnal foods so that we would not be sexually aroused. So that's a lot of it where that idea comes from, to eat the brand cereal and those things, because it kind of makes you dull and lifeless and listless. So I think there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of people in our religion, in the religious communities, that it is all intertwined with food. So especially the Seventh-day Adventists are very they are very at the forefront of creating a lot of the nutritional information in our system. So there's somebody named Walter Willett at Harvard, and he is a Seventh-day Adventist. So you have to really kind of peel back the layers and see where this stuff comes from, and what is the motivation to keep us away from butter and fat and meat. So I totally agree, Kizzy DDD. Thank you so much. Hi, Estet. Eshet. Eshet. Can we talk carnivore constipation? So Kizzy DDD says cancer has been proven to feed off sugar, so an all-fat protein diet is best for cancer. I think that's true. I mean, definitely can't hurt, so why not try it? Can we talk carnivore constipation? But of course, work with your doctor and go with how you're feeling. I mean, if you actually have cancer, then this is not medical advice. And just you have to research on your own and go with what feels right for you, and work with your practitioner. I would find like a team. And some people can tolerate a little bit more vegetables than others. And it also depends on the health you're coming into. You're coming into carnivore. So I came into carnivore with horrible digestion and extreme fatigue and all this stuff. So I was ready to go all in, and I wanted to feel better right away. So, but I didn't have any serious, life-threatening illnesses. So, all right. Chet says, can we talk carnivore constipation? Yeah, I mean, I have struggled with constipation ever since I got hashimoto's in 2010. So I know everything about constipation. My digestion slowed to a halt, and the only way I could go to the bathroom was taking Natural Calm and magnesium supplements. And then no matter how many flax seeds or chia seeds or psyllium husks I ate, or big salads, none of it helped. I could not go to the bathroom to save my life. So then when I went carnivore, it took me a while, but it took me a while for things to level out. And then I started going to the bathroom on my own without taking a lot of supplements or anything. And that took me several months to figure out. And the reason why was electrolytes. So I'm drinking my electrolyte drink right now. You can get a coupon for Grass-Fed Girl. Use Grass-Fed Girl at Redmond Real Salt, and you save on your first order. So please use my code Grass-Fed Girl when you go to Redmond and get your electrolyte drink. I like the lemon lime, FYI. And then you can also get the unflavored if you don't want any sweeteners. So once I started getting my electrolytes on track, then I started going to the bathroom. And I still take magnesium. I take one called SRT magnesium. It's in my Amazon shop. And then sometimes I take the Natural Calm. I think I'm still a little off. I had a really good run there for about a year and a half. And then when I got pregnant again, things kind of went downhill. So I'm still a little bit off, I think, from breastfeeding, because my electrolytes are screwed up from breastfeeding and no sleeping and all that. But it's still much, much better. And I don't have the bloating. And I do take the magnesium SRT, and then I'll go to the bathroom. So make sure you do that. Okay, so that was about constipation. I have a video about carnivore and constipation, so check that out. So Kizzy DDD says, been low carb high fat for 3 years, carnivore for 7 months. Health is improving so much. Pain is better, only on one medication, but my Hashimoto's is still out of control. So frustrating. Well, Kizzy, there's so many things. Like I said, there's lifestyle, not just how you eat, but it's also lifestyle. So make sure you reduce your stress, make sure you're walking, get outside. Um, if you hate your job, if you have, a terrible relationship or you have a lot of stress in your home, all these things. And then I said about the products, you've got to clean out the products, especially the fragrances. Those gunk up your receptors, and your thyroid might not work well if you're using a lot of makeups and creams and lotions and all these things. They have phthalates, which are plasticizers, and that screws up our estrogen progesterone balance. So that is a big deal. And are you on thyroid medication? That is unclear to me. Do you take thyroid medication? I still take thyroid medication. I think I'll always take that thyroid medication because my thyroid was so damaged before I started getting healthy that it could not recover. There was so much of it that it could not make enough thyroid hormone. So I take thyroid hormone, and it is a godsend. So I will probably always take it, and that's okay with me. I have come at peace with that. Yeah, I take Armor. The last couple of years, there's been so many recalls and stuff. I've taken NP, I've taken Nature-Throid. So that is your only medication. Okay. So yeah, sometimes you have to get a compounded, you have to try different ones. But yeah, working on other lifestyle factors. I'm sure there's something else going on behind just the diet. I think we can focus so much on the diet and like get our blinders on. I'm going to eat perfect and eat perfect and eat perfect and it's all going to work. But there's so much more to a holistic view and the whole life. So work on that as well. So those were the questions. I want to invite you guys to my sister and I are going to be doing a carnivore coaching group in January. And it's going to be so much fun. We have 3 new meal plans and a new workout PDF that we're going to give all of our participants. And we are going to have a coaching group. It's going to be twice a week. We're going to have Zoom calls, and then you get all the resources, meal plan, shopping list. And so we're going to have a private support group on Instagram. So it's going to be so much fun. I want to meet you guys, and please sign up. I'm going to put it down in the description box, and I will put it here right below so you can sign up. It's the carnivore coaching on my website at grassfedgirl.com. So I appreciate you watching. So Tamara says, I'm a Catholic. We do fasting half the year with a vegan diet like Ramadan and Islam. Do you think that being carnivore for a few months? Absolutely. Just do it for as long as you can. And then, cultural things. I've never heard of Catholics doing that, being vegan. My sister is a Catholic. Recently became a Catholic with her husband, but I do think that I don't think anybody should be vegan ever for any amount of time because I don't think it's a sustainable way to live. But if you can do carnivore for a month or two, yes, you'll absolutely get benefits. And then it helps you to identify food sensitivities. And then you can learn more about your body and what is causing you pain or bloating or constipation or all those things. So yes, as long as I started it just with the idea I'm going to do it for 30 days, and then it's been 3 years. So, and I want to, it's always, I may have a day or two where I go off, but then I feel so bad, I go right back on it. So then somebody says they feel worse after they got the jab. So yeah, you have to have a lot of support if you're going to do that. You have to have a lot of detoxification support. My mom got it, and she had the glutathione cream that really helps. She put that on several times a day, and took glutathione pills, and that helped her to get over that exposure. Okay. So, okay, well, that's not, they don't do that over here. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please sign up for my carnivore coaching. It starts January 1st. I want to see you all in there. It's only going to be a small group, 20 to 30 people. So I don't want you to miss out. And I really appreciate you watching today. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.